So this is the YouTube video that I want to exist in the world, is my mechanic just pointing at things and telling me what they are. So can you point at things and tell me what they are?
Okay, so anything rubber like this is usually a vacuum hose.
I mean like any parts too. Feel free to just be like, this is this.
So this is also a vacuum hose. This goes to your PCV valve, which, as we checked before, is actually just a pre-metered valve. There's not actually a PCV valve there.
So what is the big black thing?
This is a vacuum hose.
No, what's it connected to? What's the big, what's this?
This is a valve cover. As you can see, it's leaking. Owner should probably replace the valve cover gaskets maybe eventually one day, but it's not leaking heavy enough to be a big enough problem right now. This is an AC hose. See this little corrosion right here?
Wait, valve cover for what? What valves? What are the valves doing?
Underneath this valve cover, you have these little coil springs.
Okay.
And then you have these little round valves. The valves open and close to let air in and out of the engine while it's running.
Okay.
This is called a valve cover. And as you can see, oil is leaking down here. In the corner, you can see it pretty good. Again, it's not heavy enough to be a big problem, but definitely something of notice. These are your plug wires. These are your wire connectors. They kind of keep everything organized so it's not rubbing against anything. Everything looks fine there. This is your distributor cap.
Oh,
this sends,
that's the distributor cap. Okay.
Yes, this sends spark through these wires
People
into the
talk about
plug,
changing that a lot.
and then it goes spark, just like an igniter on an oven or a barbecue grill, and then that spark is what ignites the explosion that goes bang inside the engine. That's how you get power. So this is just a connector. I always like to check connectors around distributors and things like that. This is an oil pressure sensor sending unit. This is your emissions line that goes up to the valve cover over there, and actually goes to this purge valve right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's bolted to the top of the valve cover.
What do you? Sorry, are you using the end of the flashlight to show what that is?
Trying to get the end of the flashlight in there. Right here.
Oh, okay.
Is the purge valve. Ah! I lost my light. Okay, well.
Battery just said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Show's over, folks.
I have my flashlight in the car, but okay. So this is just another valve cover.
Yes.
Over here. And so is this where my spider fuel injector?
Now, you see the top here? You see this big plug right here? So what this goes to, there's little plastic, underneath this plastic thing here, this is your intake manifold.
Okay.
Where this plug goes to, and the inside of this plastic manifold is these little spider injectors where they kind of look like this little plastic right here. You'll see 6 little thin plastic tubes that go, and those are your fuel injectors. When those go bad, sometimes they get cracked and they leak fuel on the inside, and you'll see fuel pressure on your fuel line here. It'll, when you very first turn the ignition on, it'll go up to like 60, but then it'll steadily drop down, and that's when you know you have a cracked spider injector.
Okay. Then wait, what are these things?
These are your plug wires, and this is your distributor cap. Over here is your coil. See this one plug wire going to this over here, this little square block?
Yes.
That's your ignition coil. That's where the spark comes from.
So, like, where the Yaris had coil, this is coil?
Yes. The Yaris had individual coils over every cylinder.
Yeah.
This has a coil, and this coil sends power to this distributor. This distributor sends that power through these plug wires into there. The Yaris just...
Is that connected to the valve cover?
These are connected to the spark plugs. They go into the side of the cylinder head. They go into the side of this right here. So this is the cylinder head. This is what the valve cover bolts to.
Oh, so if you change spark plugs in this, it sounds like a terrible operation.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a tight fit, but it's not that bad.
Okay.
They just go in right
on
here
the
inside.
sides.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So they're kind of angled like this.
It's harder than the Yaris, let's put it that way.
Yes, the Yaris has coils that go over each cylinder.
Yaris doesn't have a dog
There's
house.
no plug wires. There's no cap. There's no distributor. There's just a coil and then a tube and then the spark plug on the Yaris.
Okay.
And then this up here is your throttle body. This is the air intake with this little wing nut here. The throttle body is when you hit the gas. That's what opens to let air in.
Yeah, and the gas pedal is directly connected to that.
Yeah, so
opening.
if you turn this,
Yeah.
that's the butterfly opening inside of the throttle body, letting air into the engine.
Yeah, that was really cool to see the visual of that.
And yeah.
Can you point at stuff on the outside for me, real quick? For the internet, and for me. We definitely didn't need to hear about Yaris stuff, but
For all the curious minds on the interwebs.
yeah, beginners like me that don't know what they're looking at.
On an Astro van,
Okay.
this is your power steering reservoir. You open this cap and you check the fluid. There is a line here for full, and see how it says hot? That's for when your engine is hot. And there's another line down here for cold, for when it's cold. It's a little bit above that, so you're good. However,
Even though
yours, like most, is rusted and it is kind of leaking. But it's okay. This is your fuse panel.
Been
Underneath
in there a
here
lot.
is all your fuses and your relays.
I sanded all them yesterday.
This is your battery. This is your master cylinder. This is where your brake fluid goes.
Okay.
This is your air filter housing. Your air filter goes inside here. This is your mass airflow sensor. This measures how much air is going into the engine. Not to be confused with a mass absolute pressure sensor or a MAP sensor, which measures how much pressure is inside the engine. This just measures how much air is going in.
Okay.
This is your air intake temperature sensor, measures the temperature of the air going in.
It's so cool that you know this stuff.
This is your transmission fluid. You check this while it's running. You will see, I guess if you could use a rag, it would be a little better. This little cross hatch here